So you guys, you're a fundamental guy, you're a technical guy.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about the big news of the Bitcoin ETF? Do you think it's going to go or not? Do you think it'll affect the price either way?
I believe that it's it will get approved, but when it gets approved, I don't.
I think you're asking. I think you're asking about March 11th.
Yeah, we're talking about March 13th.
March 13th.
I'm very familiar with the March 11th, March 13th deadline, but that's not the end of it. If they say no, I mean, they can always bring it back up later on, 6 months from now, a year from now.
Yeah.
So it's only a matter of time. There's no way that there's that many people submitting requests to get their ETF approved, and then the SEC just turn it down every time.
Yeah. I'll give you my opinion on that, and I'll actually tell you what I think
Please.
I think there is about a 33% chance that it will get passed, which means I think it's 2 to 1 against getting passed. I think that if it doesn't get passed, we lose about $100 to $150 from here. We're sitting here around almost $1,300. I think if it does get passed, I think it runs to around 2,000. So if you ask me like what I think about this ETF,
if you're right, we're going to call you back.
Well, I don't. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I'm right.
Guys, you are talking to the oracle of cryptocurrency.
Yeah. So I'm saying 2 to 1 that it most likely won't get passed. But if it does get passed, we'll probably run to 2,000, and if it doesn't get passed, we probably lose $100 to $150.
Yeah.
I'd
be inclined to agree. I don't know about the chances of it going or not. I give it 50-50 just because I have absolutely nothing.
The days of Bitcoin being under $1,000 is shrinking. You know, I mean, anybody that's been in cryptocurrencies for a while, they've lived through the ups and downs of Bitcoin.
It does feel a lot more solid this time.
Yeah, I mean, anybody that's getting into Bitcoins now, I mean, I actually, in a way, envy them, because when Leon and I got into it, we had no clue how long this roller coaster is going to last, right? But when people get into it now, the one thing that you don't have to worry about is Bitcoin a scam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not even an issue.
At least has a track record.
Yeah, like you look at something like Ethereum, or you look at something like Litecoin, you know, you don't have to ask yourself if that's a scam anymore. Whereas when Leon and I first got into it in 2013,
I still have to ask that question myself.
Yeah, I mean, you can. I mean, there's a lot of people there's people that still do, but I mean, in general, like even in 2013, when someone asked Leon or myself if Bitcoin was a scam or not, we were still very cautious, you know, on how we answer that.
Sure.
And nowadays, if somebody asks us, "Hey, Ty, is Bitcoin a scam?" I mean, absolutely not.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
So you know, investors can come into the world of cryptocurrencies with something like Bitcoin or Ethereum or something like that, and not have to deal with the issue of whether it's a scam or not.
So let's just say that Bitcoin ends up being the one that supersedes. Just make that as an assumption, not saying it's happening.
According to Tone Vays, it is.
Well, according to Tone Vays. How high do you think Bitcoin can actually climb if that were the case? How high could it possibly get?
So if you're saying the assumption is that Bitcoin becomes
the
dominant cryptocurrency of the internet,
yeah,
right,
and it's like used for
and it's used as and therefore that also would imply that it is a major asset class,
yeah,
right. I think it goes into the hundreds of billions in that case.
So for total market cap?
For total market cap.
I think
per
coin.
Not per coin. Not per coin. Well, take hundreds of billions, whatever hundreds of billions, divided by the 16 million that's outstanding, there's your price.
So you don't think a trillion?
So you don't think a trillion?
Possibly in decades. I think a trillion is reasonable over...
Not in the short term.
Not in the short term.
We're talking about Bitcoin?
Yeah,
Bitcoin.
If it is the
one, I could see it going up.
Cryptocurrency in general.
Okay, cryptocurrency in general, I think it is definitely, like if you just ask me cryptocurrency in general, it might be Bitcoin. We don't. It may be some other thing that doesn't even exist yet, right? I think we both agree that this will become a major asset class. We will think of cryptocurrencies in the same way we think of
Stocks,
bonds,
currencies.
real estate, precious metals. You know,
but the
that's our
like,
vision.
Like Bitcoin, the market cap of Bitcoin right now is 20 billion. So if you're saying hundreds of billions of dollars, that's only 10x over where we are now, roughly.
Oh, in the short run, yeah. In the say within, I would say 5 to 10 years. 5 to 10 years. But I ultimately see over decades that this evolving into it will be, say, 10 to 20 years from now. Like, people will say, they'll look at Bitcoin, cryptocurrency allocation similar to the way they say, hey, how many stocks do you own, or how much real estate do you own, how much precious metals do you own. It will be we see it as a major asset class, currencies, right? If you want to list out what are the major asset classes today, I can say currencies, stocks, bonds, gold, real estate, right?
Real estate, yeah.
Each of these asset classes, their market value is in the trillions, all of them, right? And I see cryptocurrencies eventually getting there, and
But your time horizon's like 20 years.
Decades, yeah.
Decades.
It would be in the
Yeah,
decades.
decades.
Yeah,
Okay.
decades. It would be in the decades periods.
I do see this. I do see Bitcoin, and I know it's going to tickle Tone Base to hear this, right? But I can definitely see Bitcoin producing more millionaires than all of the Fortune 500 companies combined. All the Fortune 500, when all these Fortune 500 companies go IPO and all the millionaires they produce, like we come from Austin, Texas. When Dell went public, it produced a bunch of what they
Billionaires.
call
Yeah, the Dellionaires,
right?
I've heard of them.
And
yeah.
and it was massive amounts, and that would be pale in comparison to the amount of
To the
millionaires
Bitcoin early
that
adopters.
Bitcoin will produce.
Or cryptocurrencies in general. Like we
Yeah.
said, we
Yeah.
don't know for sure if it's Bitcoin, but you know, we wouldn't be doing this channel if we didn't believe that it will evolve into a major asset class. And when we talk asset classes, we're talking trillions, not billions or hundreds of millions, but trillions.